Welcome to our video where we will be discussing the top 10 countries leading the charge on renewable energy. As climate change becomes an increasingly urgent issue, these countries have realized the importance of transitioning to clean energy sources. So, let's get started. If you are new here, please consider subscribing for more videos about energy and power sector around the globe. Please stay with me as I take you through the list of countries leading the way on renewable energy. The list is in no particular order. Iceland. Iceland is a leader in renewable energy adoption, sourcing almost 100% of its electricity from renewable sources. The country's focus on geothermal energy has enabled it to achieve this impressive feat. Geothermal power stations in Iceland harness heat from the Earth's core to generate electricity. The country has abundant geothermal resources due to its location on the Mid-Atlantic Ridge, a tectonic boundary that produces high levels of volcanic and geothermal activity. Sweden. Sweden is also a world leader in renewable energy adoption, sourcing over half of its electricity from renewables. The country's focus on hydropower has been a key factor in its success. Sweden has a large number of lakes and rivers that are suitable for hydropower production. The country has also invested in wind power, with the goal of becoming 100% reliant on renewable energy by 2040. Costa Rica. Costa Rica is a small country that has made big strides in renewable energy adoption. In fact, it is already sourcing almost 100% of its electricity from renewables, with a focus on hydropower, geothermal, and wind energy. Costa Rica's commitment to renewable energy is driven by the need to reduce dependence on imported oil and to protect its biodiversity. Germany. Germany is a powerhouse when it comes to renewable energy. It has set a target of producing 80% of its electricity from renewable sources by 2050 and is already well on its way to achieving this goal. Germany's success can largely be attributed to its focus on solar power. The country has invested heavily in solar technology and is now the world's leading producer of solar power. Germany's renewable energy transition is also creating new jobs and driving innovation. Uruguay. Uruguay is one of the leading countries in the world when it comes to renewable energy adoption. In fact, the country is already sourcing almost 100% of its electricity from renewable sources, with a focus on wind and solar energy. Uruguay's transition to renewable energy has been driven by the need to reduce dependence on imported oil and to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. The country's success is also due to its strong regulatory framework, which has encouraged investment in renewable energy. Denmark. Denmark is also a leader in renewable energy adoption, sourcing over 50% of its electricity from wind power. The country has set an ambitious target of becoming 100% reliant on renewable energy by 2050. Denmark's success in wind power is due to its favorable wind conditions and a supportive policy environment. The country's offshore wind farms are some of the largest in the world and provide a significant amount of electricity to the Danish grid. China. China is one of the biggest producers of renewable energy in the world. It is responsible for almost a third of global wind energy capacity and is the largest producer of solar panels. The Chinese government has set ambitious targets for renewable energy adoption, with the goal of generating 35% of its electricity from renewables by 2030. China's success in renewable energy is also driving down the cost of solar and wind technology, making it more affordable for other countries. Morocco. Morocco has made impressive strides in renewable energy adoption, with a focus on solar power. The country is currently sourcing over 35% of its electricity from renewables and has set a target of achieving 52% by 2030. Morocco's success in solar power is due to its abundant sunshine and favorable policy environment. The country has built one of the world's largest solar power plants, the Norway 8 solar complex, which has a capacity of 580 MW. Morocco's investment in renewable energy is driven by the need to reduce its dependence on imported oil and to mitigate the effects of climate change. Norway. Norway is a leader in hydropower production, with over 98% of its electricity coming from renewable sources. The country has a large number of waterfalls and rivers that are suitable for hydropower generation. Norway is also investing in wind power and is home to one of the world's largest floating offshore wind farms. The country's success in renewable energy has helped it to reduce greenhouse gas emissions and to become one of the most sustainable countries in the world. Scotland. Scotland is a leader in wind power production, with a focus on offshore wind farms. The country has set an ambitious target of sourcing 100% of its electricity from renewable sources. Scotland's success in renewable energy is due to its favorable wind conditions and supportive policy environment. The country's offshore wind farms are some of the largest in the world and provide a significant amount of electricity to the Scottish grid. These 10 countries are leading the charge on renewable energy adoption, and their successes provide valuable lessons for other countries to follow. By investing in renewable energy, these countries are reducing their dependence on fossil fuels, mitigating the effects of climate change, and creating new jobs and economic opportunities. As the world continues to grapple with the challenges of climate change, the importance of renewable energy adoption cannot be overstated.